Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom and this is Tom's Toys 95 and I am a part-time eBay reseller. In these videos I like to document my eBay journey and go over all of the sales for the week. My week starts on Saturday morning through to Friday night and I record all of the sales in between. I usually get my stock from Facebook Marketplace, car boots, charity shops, CEX, game, any stores like that. As I collect video games, from you can see from my collection, I like to pop into game stores and cash converters, cash generator, any cheap shops that sell games, so I might pick up some games along the way. Some are for the collection, some are to sell on eBay. That is pretty much everything that I do on this channel, and I'll tell you when I pick the item up, where I got it from, how much I paid for it, how much I sold it for, etc. And then at the end of the video I'll round up all the week and show you how much profit I made. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So there's only a small amount of sales this weekend. I really haven't been listing over the last month and it's my own fault really. I've had a lot going on and I'm just trying to partly relax, partly got other things going on, and work is quite stressful as well, so it's kind of juggling my real life job with my part-time job and a bit of a side hustle and hobby. So as a result, January is always low anyway because people don't really have money, so sales are down, but I also haven't really been listing anywhere near as much as I should. So as a result, we've only got 4 sales, so I'm just going to get into them now. There's one decent sale and the rest are all quite cheap. So hopefully things pick up throughout the week, and if I get time I will also be listing some stuff as well this week, because now it's February, I've had my rest, I've had my Christmas break, and it's time to, and I've kind of recharged the batteries, and it's time to roll up the sleeves again and start listing on eBay and trying to make some more sales. There's no particular order on these things. We've got a video game up first, and the one that's sold is the Golf Club 2. I believe this only cost me about £3 in a bundle from a car boot. I bought a bunch of PS4 games and this was in there, and this cost me £3 and it sold for £7.50, just a standard golf game on the PlayStation 4. The next one was a bit of a fail. When I bought these I thought I was doing something, and I like Toy Story Aliens, and there was a Toy Story Alien pair of socks from New Look that was on sale for like £2, and there was a Bo Peep ceramic mug that was £3, or I think it's £2 instead of £8. So I kind of had this idea to buy like multiple of them and put the socks with the mug and make a cute little gift set. Didn't work out, none of them sold, and they've been lingering for ages. But this sold for £5. I paid £2 for it, and this is a Bo Peep mug and it's £5 plus postage. So it's taken ages to sell and it's not anywhere near as collectible as I thought it was going to be. And some things like that, you know, you have to sit on for a while, or you reduce it and you sell it for what you pay for it. As I'm quite stubborn, I decided to just list it at price and wait. And it's taken some time, but I technically have made profit on it. The next sale is a good one in terms of markup, but not a great sale. These are the Cyberpunk postcards for the video game, and this is a game exclusive. So as you can see there, it says Game Cyberpunk postcards. So I picked this up in a bundle of games, and I think the guy threw them in for free. He had 5 packs of these, and I paid like 50p or a pound for them. So let's say 25p a pack, and that has gone for £4.95. And that is the last one now. I've sold all of those, so there's no more left. And the next one, which is actually a decent sale, which is something that I can talk about and actually be pleased about, and that is a 3D charm bracelet of Emogems. Now, from what I can gather, this is a company that I found on Facebook, and they don't sell stuff anymore. The website is still active, but on Facebook nothing's really going on. They haven't posted in about 2 or 3 years, but they used to make emoji charms, bracelets, necklaces and anklets. And I picked up a watch bundle and jewellery bundle last year for £4,000. It was quite a lot of money, but there was a lot of stuff in there. There was about 280 watches and 500 pieces of jewellery. Now, I've not listed all of the jewellery yet, but all the watches are finally listed and they're on my store, so if anyone wants a watch, go check it out. But the jewellery was £2 a piece. There was 500 pieces and I paid £250. So this owes me just £2, and this has sold for £25 on an offer. And it's a 10 charm bracelet, so it's the best one. They do 3, 5 or 10 charms. So this is the most expensive one. I did sell one when I listed them for around £40, but I haven't sold any for a while, so I reduced the price to 30, and someone sent me an offer for £25, and considering I only paid 2, more than happy to accept that. So those are those 4 cheap sales there, and any more sales that come in throughout the week or any visits that I pay to any shops, then I will update you as I go. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching so far. So anything that I pick up throughout the week I'll also include in the video, as well as any other sales. But until then, I'm going to take those to work on my lunch break tomorrow and get them wrapped and posted.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Hello, so it's Wednesday. I've not made any sales since Sunday. So I've had like 2 or 3 blank days. I went to the post office on Monday and I sold nothing Tuesday and nothing today. So I don't know what's happened with eBay. In fact, I have an idea what's happened with eBay, but I think it's a bit too soon to say whether that's had any actual impact yet. But basically on Tuesday, so yesterday, eBay released an app update, and anyone that was on iOS 16 was forced to delete the app and reinstall it, except they didn't know to do that, so it was telling them that the app no longer works. Anyone on iOS 15, the app just doesn't work at all and it's no longer of use. Therefore, anyone with an iPhone 6 or 7 basically cannot use the eBay app at all. They've got to now use their web browser, and again, they might not know that. So there's a lot of older adults that have older phones, and people don't necessarily have the money to upgrade their phones, and some people like using their old devices. So the eBay app has basically been killed for a lot of devices, and whilst the iOS 16 allows the app to still work, there was a period in time where the app just needed to be deleted and reinstalled, and it didn't necessarily tell people to delete and reinstall the app, it just told them the app didn't work. So that's all happened within the last 24 hours, and as a result I've made absolutely no sales. Now whether that's had anything to do with the app update, I don't know, but what this certainly will do is drive sellers away from eBay even more than they already are doing. So they've obviously made the fees free for sellers in an attempt to try and get them to sell more stuff, but then that kind of is a bit backwards with the whole government thing, with the whole you have to, sell more than 35 items, you got to claim all your tax. You sell more than 1,500, I think it is, or well, it's 1,000 is the profit threshold, but I think if you sell over £1,500 worth of stuff, eBay have to basically report you to HMRC at the end of the year. So that's all going down. It's just been a bit of a nightmare on eBay over the last year or so. They've made a few silly decisions in my opinion, and as a result things just aren't going too well recently. So we've had a pretty slow January, we as in like collectively as the eBay community. Obviously there's always people doing well. When someone's not doing well, it goes the opposite way. There's always somebody doing really well. So it's not necessarily an eBay thing. I think as a result of having a hard January, this doesn't really help, does it, with the whole thing going on at the start of February. People are now looking to pick up their sales for February and try and, make a bit of money. So what I'm trying to say is times on eBay, especially over the last year or so, have not been easy. January was pretty tough for a lot of sellers, not everyone, but a lot of sellers. And we're going into February with a little bit of optimism, and then this happens and it doesn't really help the situation. So a couple of days I've had no sales. I don't really know what to do in terms of this week's video, because if I don't make any more sales by the end of the week, I mean I should do really, but if I don't make any more sales then I'm going to have to fill in the video with something else. So I've got a few things planned in front of me to go through. So I have actually listed some stuff tonight. So I came home from work and I got a few items that I listed. Now this year I really just haven't been listing it all. I've been out of the loop. I worked really hard last year to get loads of stuff listed for Christmas, and as a result I gave myself a bit of a break, and that break kind of extended into a month, and it's now past January into February, and I've not really kick-started my year yet. So I thought I'm going to pull my finger out and get some things listed. Now there was a lot of stuff that I drafted over Christmas and New Year and then just haven't photographed yet, so it's a pretty simple task, just photograph the items and it's done. So I spent about 20 minutes photographing these things. So in no particular order, we got this Marvel hat, this PGA Tour hat, and then a bunch of video games. So this was from my collection. This was a disc-only fake reprinted cover from CEX, and I found a proper complete copy, so this is going on eBay as disc-only, but I've listed it with the case just in case somebody wants it. Then we've got Project Cars Limited Edition. I picked this up for the PS4, so I don't need the Xbox One version as well. I don't really collect for Xbox unless it's an exclusive. Then we've got this Assassin's Creed Mirage on the PS5. This has dropped a bit since I drafted the listing, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully as the new Assassin's Creed game comes out, it sells or it goes up in price maybe a little bit. Then we've got Darksiders 1 and 2. Now I've got two of these already on my store, the exact same bundle, for like a £5, and it hasn't sold, and that probably should have been my warning not to buy these, but these were 50p each and it was £1 for the pair, and they were in really good condition, so I thought why not. So I'll probably only get about £5 for that. And then the last one, a bit annoying, but CEX like to do this thing where you buy a platinum version of the game and they don't give you the platinum disc, or that you buy a normal version of the game and they give you the platinum disc, the essentials, etc., any range really. And then this one is a promotional copy of Dirt Showdown, but it's got the regular disc in there. Now granted, someone might not have traded in the promotional disc, but chances are they had it. There might be multiple copies of these on the shelf and they've just given me the wrong disc. So that means somebody will end up with a promotional disc inside their regular copy. So it's just a bit annoying. I wish they'd just actually like be trained to actually check and have a bit of pride in their work. But anyway, that's a different story. So I've listed some of those, and then we've got this random WWF car I impulsively bought for £1. I just thought it was really cool. It's from the 90s. Not worth a lot of money, but it was a really nice item. And then I got a few of these ties. So this RNLI, I think it is the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. I've got this tie here. And this Royal Mail Workers tie, which is pretty cool. Got the Royal Mail logo on it. So this one fell on the floor. This is a Southampton tie. This is the Dell. So this is like an anniversary of their stadium that got demolished, I believe. So that's pretty cool. With football ties, I find they always seem to sell super quick for me. I always list them a little bit higher than like a normal tie, but they always sold really well. So this one I'm going to list high, and whether it sells or not, I can always reduce it. But I'd rather go high and it not sell than go low and it sells straight away and I could have got more money for it. We've got this Harry Potter Goblet of Fire like Dell computer photo paper thing. I just thought for a Harry Potter fan that'd be quite a cool little quirky item. So I bought that a while ago over Christmas and just haven't listed it yet. So I've thrown like 11 or 12 new listings on my store, and I've got some jewellery which I plan on doing on my lunch break tomorrow, so I'm going to be drafting up some jewellery stuff. I bought a massive watch and jewellery bundle, as many of you know. I've mentioned it many times, not going to go into it, but I've listed all the watches last year, but I haven't really touched the jewellery too much. So I am going to draft some jewellery tomorrow, and hopefully that kind of boosts the algorithm a little bit, and I've just got a few more sales on my store. So the only other thing to go through is a package that I ordered, and that's for the PS3 collection, so I might as well show you on video because there's not much else to show you this week. However, I'm a little bit worried. So what this is there's a couple of games that I need for the PS3 that are quite rare, and I don't have them in my collection, and now I've made this like definitive spreadsheet and I've started the PS3 collection series. I now have an actual list that I can go after rather than just doing it all from memory. And I was looking on eBay for these games just to see if there's any floating around at a good price, and there wasn't, but they do have collector's edition versions of the game, and they usually come with like a soundtrack or an art book or postcards or something, and somebody was selling both of them. I thought if I buy the game separate from CEX or something, I can just add it to the collector's edition and it will increase the value. So I was like, perfect, I'll do that. So I messaged him and he said, oh, I've got the other one as well for a different game. He's like, do you want them both? And I was like, cool. And then he charged me £5 postage, which wasn't really. He said I'll do it for 25, so I was like, cool, yeah, that sounds like a good deal, because they were pretty much like 15 each or something. And then it was 15 each plus postage, and then he said I'll do it for 25, so he did it for 25 and then added £5 postage, and the postage he charged previously was only like £3. So I was a bit like, oh, but I didn't want to moan over some postage, so I paid it. So it's £30. But what's kind of pissing me off a little bit is that it's arrived like this in a poly mailer, and I can already feel this bit. It's meant to be like this thick, and I can feel it's already like 2D. So it's definitely been squashed. So I'll have to compare the images on eBay and compare this afterwards and see whether it's been damaged in the post or whether it was sent like it and I just didn't look at the photos properly. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so it's not terrible. I'm actually shocked that it's somewhat survived the post. So there's some creasing on the top. Again, it could be in the actual eBay description. I might have just like missed that in the photos. I know they wasn't perfect. But the games are Agorest Generations of War 0 and Agorest 2 Generations of War. So both of these games can be quite expensive. Now the back piece on this has kind of come off. Okay, that's just like a little slipcover thing, so I'm assuming that will go in there or something like that. But this one comes with 3 art cards there. There's a poster and a pretty cool visual art book there. Whoops. Okay, it looks a bit spicy, so maybe I shouldn't be showing this. So yeah, you got the art in there of the game. So that's pretty cool. Now, other than how it was sent, it's in pretty good condition. Obviously, I'd have personally sent it in a box, but not everyone's like that. The next one is one that's actually got like a flap on it, so this one is kind of like open there. So I guess like there's obviously a big crease in it, but it is what it is. And then there's the box for this one. And inside what we've got here, so we have a CD soundtrack, poster, another one of these little back covers, 3D lenticular postcards, and then numbered 1 out of 3 on the back. So that's pretty cool. So if and when I find these games from CEX or a gaming fair or market, then I can just pop them straight into these boxes and they're nice and complete then, and I have the collector's edition version of those games. Otherwise, that's all for today. Oh, hello there. Guess what? It's Thursday and I've actually made some sales today. So, in no particular order, we have this Nintendo Switch game, Close to the Sun, sold for £14.40 plus postage. So I think it's £1.55, so it's gone for like £15.95 all in. This was from Game. I believe I got this in a 50% off sale, so it was about £12, maybe £12.99. So I think I paid £6.50 for it. This is a Worcester Warriors ladies shirt, size 8 I believe, and that was £8 it sold for, £3.50 postage. So Worcester Warriors actually went like defunct, is that the word? What word am I thinking of? Worcester Warriors basically went bust is what I'm trying to say, and they're no longer a team. So when I bought this, they hadn't gone bust yet. They went bust, and as a result, it's not sold until now. But that went for £8. I think I paid £3 or £4 for that from a charity shop, so minimal profit on that one. But one thing that might have actually saved the week in terms of my £100 a week aim for my profit margin, and that is this Furby, which has gone for £54.99, which I'm pretty impressed with. So I bought a bundle of these, 9 of them in fact, for £40, and then a bunch of other random Furbies, and those aren't worth as much, but these ones are the originals, so there's 9 of these, and I've been selling them through. I think I've got 2 left or 3 left, and those ones might only be worth about £20, but the cheapest one's gone for £20, and the most expensive one I think I sold for £50. So this one's gone for £55, so I think this one is the most expensive one that I've sold so far. And yeah, pretty cool on that one. It's I don't know exactly what generation it is. I think it's generation like 3 or something. I'll pop it on screen. But yeah, £55 for my fiver. Really can't argue that. Nice £50 profit margin on that. So those are the 3 things that I've sold. Nothing really else to say. Been another slow week. However, I've already wrapped this up and I've already made a claim. So today while I was at work, someone messaged me and said that a Toy Story Bo Peep mug, I don't know if it's in this week's episode at the start or whether it was last week's. I believe it was this week's episode. So the Bo Peep mug that I sold at the start of the video for £5, that one arrived smashed. So I wrapped it in bubble wrap, put it in a nice sturdy box, and it got obliterated in the post. I do remember writing fragile on the box, but clearly that didn't matter, and it got booted around, probably like Ace Ventura. But anyway, so with that one has arrived damaged, so I put a claim in with Royal Mail. A bit annoying because I had a spare, and what I've done is said to the person, I will send you out my replacement, which I'm going to do now. So it's already wrapped and posted. I've bubble wrapped it about 6 times, put it in a really sturdy box, wrapped cardboard around the box, and then put it in a bag with loads of fragile tape on it. So this one should not get damaged. However, usually when something breaks, I refund them in full, claim it with Royal Mail, get my refund plus the postage back. This occasion, I've sent them the item, it's got damaged. Yes, Royal Mail hopefully will refund me plus the postage, but because I'm sending them a replacement, I'm now spending 2 lots of postage, which I didn't really think of, but I did the right thing and was like, I'm going to replace it for you because they said it was for a gift. So I felt bad and was like, right, I'll send you my second one. So I may be down like £3.50 postage, but it is what it is at this point. It was a cheap sale anyway, so it doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things. When I made the claim, in one of the boxes I did say that I'm sending a replacement because it was damaged. Therefore, the postage was not £3.25, it was £6.50. Whether they give me the £6.50 plus the £5 back, I don't know. They'll probably just send me a cheque for the postage on top of the price. And it'll be 1 lot of postage. But anyway, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say. And we've got 1 more day to try and make some sales. It's Thursday night tonight. So hopefully you'll see me again with some more sales before we go over the results. Hey guys, it's now Thursday and I've made 2 more sales. So when I recorded the footage last night, as I literally ended the video, I made 1 more sale, but I couldn't be bothered to go in the garage and go and get it. So it was a football card and a controller holder. So the football card was a Cristiano Ronaldo 100 Club World Cup 2010 card. I picked this up in a bundle, I think from the car boot, and it was about £10 for 6 cards. And there were 3 really good ones. I think there was Pele, Messi, Ronaldo. And then there was 3 average 100 club cards, which are only worth about 99p each. So I haven't done anything with those ones. But the Messi one is listed, the Pele one's listed, and the Ronaldo one is finally sold. So that was sold for £9, and I paid £10 for the whole lot. So that card individually only cost me about £1.67, something like that. So that has been posted today. And the other thing I sold was the Banjo and Kazooie controller holder, which I only purchased about 2 weeks ago in the game sale. And that was a £5, and I sold it for £20 plus postage. So happy with that. £5 postage. I think it went with £4 6p with every, so nice and cheap there. It was just under the 2 kilogram threshold, so it didn't cost me the higher rate of postage, which is nice. That's the only update really. I've got pretty much, I did pop into a charity shop. I'll throw a little bit of footage on screen, but it was really dead. There was nothing in there, and as a result I didn't pick much up. There was 2 things that I got right at the end, so I didn't get any footage. I was about to leave both the shops empty-handed, and then I found a few bits. So they're both clothing items, and they're both right next to each other, and they're both the same price. So the first one is this Kids Vans t-shirt. I did no research on this. It looks kind of like one of those like fake Fruit of the Loom t-shirts, but it does say Vans in the neckline there, and it's a kids 8 to 10, long sleeved, kind of weather for it, so I thought it might sell quite well. That was only £1. So £1 paid. I reckon I could probably get about between £6 and £8 for that, maybe a guess, hopefully a bit higher, but at least £5 for that. Then the next one is a bit of a ugly purchase, and I'm shocked at how much it originally was on retail. So the item's actually brand new with tags, and the item was £24.99 originally. They were selling it for £12.99. Someone's given it to the charity shop, and the charity shop was selling it for just £1. So that's a fair price for what it is, but I wouldn't have paid anywhere close to the original asking price. But that is a pair of these hideous Star Wars leggings. So we got C-3PO on the left leg, and on the right leg we got R2-D2. So these are just £1, brand new with tags. So these were from Sports Direct originally. So you can see there the tag and the £12.99. So not a bad pickup for £1. I haven't looked at those either. They could be quite valuable, they could be quite cheap, I don't know. With the tags though, I'm hoping for around about a tenner. So if I can get £15 back off those 2 items that I paid £1 each for, then I'll be very happy with that. Hopefully the footage here is okay. So I've got a new phone recently. You might have seen the unboxing video, and the quality hopefully of the videos has improved. And as a result, the phone says that it's got really good low lighting, and the lighting was awful. So I've gone into the pro features and I've tweaked it slightly to my own according. So I've probably messed up the features somewhere along the line. And don't get me wrong, it does look better, but it certainly doesn't look too great. So hopefully this segment isn't too bad quality. But yeah, that's it for me. That's all that's happened. I've still got the evening to make a few more sales, but that will probably be it now. Although it is Friday night, who knows what's going to happen. Some people might buy something, you never know. But yeah, that could be the end of the week, and we'll wrap up after. Good morning guys, it's now Saturday and the week has been concluded. So if you're new here, this is the segment of the video where I like to round up all of the sales. I'll tell you how many things sold, how much I paid for everything, all of the eBay fees and the postage fees, how much came in total, and then how much has gone out, and then that leaves us with the total profit. So as I said, if you are new, please consider subscribing. So I upload these eBay reselling videos weekly and do all the overview every week, and I also try and throw in some video game pickups videos, game collection videos, stuff like that throughout the rest of the month as well. So this week then we have made 10 sales in total. And I did actually have a sale come in last night for a PlayStation Vita game that was sealed. It was a Rugby 2015 World Cup game, and I paid £6 for it from a gaming market. I picked up 2, one for myself and one to resell. And that went for £14.95, but unfortunately someone has just put in a cancellation request about 10 minutes before I started recording this. So I've had to accept and relist. So unfortunately that one did not come in. However, we have still just about met our target. So for those of you that don't know, my soft target is £100 profit per week, which just makes it worth it, in my opinion, to make the videos and obviously sell the items and wrap them and post them and stuff. If I make less than 100, then it's not really worth my time, and I have to consider, is it still worth selling on eBay? However, I am trying to increase that profit to 150, but at the moment there's no car boots on. I'm not really buying all that much stock, and whilst I've still got quite a lot of stock to list, anything that's of good value has already been listed, and it's just the scrappy bits that are left. So I'm not going to be making loads and loads of profit if I spend all weekend listing all of these smaller items. So at the moment it's going to stick to £100. When the car boot season comes back round, we'll be making regular purchases, regular pickups, and I'll have plenty more stuff to go through. So without further ado then, the gross sales and everything that came in was £213.43, the eBay fees were £36.30, postage was £24.15, and the cost to buy all of the items was fairly low at £42.15, considering £213 came back in. And after all of those deductions, the overall total profit for the week is £110.83. So I'm happy to have met the target. It's been a really strange week. We made 5 sales at the weekend, and then 5 sales at the end of the week, and then there was 3 or 4 days in between where it was just like a ghost town. Nothing had been bought. There was just tumbleweed flying through my garage. So it's been a bit of a weird week. Now I tried to pad it out with some pickups and stuff in between, and it's actually ironically turned into a longer video than it usually does. But anyway, if you got this far, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please drop a like or a comment down below if you've got any questions, and I'll see you next week on the next video. See you later.